office of the Vatican City. Guys, have just crossed the border. So, first of all, if you commit a crime right here, you'll be judged by the Vatican City, by the Vatican law, so don't do it, or at least don't do it on my tour. Second, if you're wondering what is it, I mean an extraterritorial possession, yes, the Vatican City is not only inside the Vatican walls, St. Peter's Basilica, Vatican Gardens, Vatican Museums. The Vatican City owns some extraterritorial properties in the city and the outskirts as well. So for example, in this palace you have the main Franciscan convent in Rome and the Vatican Administration Office in the other courtyard, right? So it's a very important palace from this point of view, and it's not Italy anymore. So welcome abroad. Now, let's talk about Julius II, right? The guy who used to chill on these chairs like you right now. Julius II, guys, Julius is the name that he chose when he was elected Pope, alright? Also Pope Francis, the actual Pope, he was not born as Francis, his name is Jorge, and now he's Francis. By the way, Julius II was born as Giuliano della Rovere. He was born into this kind of insignificant coastal town called Savona. You know Savona, the wake up. Terrible place, ugly city. Don't go there for any reason. Probably like the only kind of important thing that happened in Savona was the birth of Giuliano della Rovere. But then he moved when he was a teenager. He moved to France. He studied as a Franciscan and a scholar. But he had one purpose in life: to become Pope. And since he was the nephew of Sixtus IV, he thought that he would be kind of simple to become Pope once Sixtus is dead. The problem is that Sixtus hated Giuliano. We don't really know why Sixtus IV hated Giuliano so much, but he did it. So when he died, of course Giuliano didn't become Pope. He tried to, but he lost the elections. Probably Sixtus just before died, told to all the cardinals not to elect his nephew, alright? And so Giuliano was bypassed by another cardinal in his race for the papal tiara. And this cardinal was a Spanish man, Rodrigo Borgia. You know the Borgia family? There's a TV show about them, right? It's quite historically accurate. Maybe there's too much sex involved, but by the way, it's quite historically accurate. Now, this man, Rodrigo Borgia, became Pope with the name of Alexander VI. He was elected in 1492. And Giuliano was so angry about this election that he left Rome. He moved to France, and he stayed in France for a few years. He didn't want to stay in Rome under the pontificate of this rival Pope, right? The fact is that when Alexander VI died, he was followed by another Pope. Again, not Giuliano. He was followed by Pius III, whose reign only lasted for 1 month, more or less, because he was too old for man. So now we are in 1503, and Giuliano is determined to compromise no more. So he came back to Rome, and to win the conclave, guys, the conclave is the electoral assembly inside the Vatican City, right? A sort of a parliament with all the cardinals, and they go there to elect the new pope, right? So to win this assembly, to win the conclave, Giuliano corrupted many cardinals. And on the 13th of October 1503, all the cardinals came to Giuliano and told him that they had unanimously decided to elect him pope. What a surprise. I mean, guys, of course he paid everybody, so of course they had unanimously decided to elect him pope. And Giuliano was so confident about the outcome of this election that he even brought his own Papa ring made in advance. It's more or less as if, I don't know, like you show up to the Oscars with your golden statuette already in your pocket. The same thing. So of course he won the election. He was elected Pope with the name of Julius II. This was the briefest conclave ever, alright? Proving that there are no incorruptible people. You just need to offer the right amount of money. And this is what Giuliano did, alright? Now, from this moment we can talk about him as Julius, alright? It's midday, alright? Yes. Okay, thank you. Julius II, as a pope, had two main political goals. The first one was the consolidation of his power inside the Papal States by imposing all of his relatives at the head, the command of every single city in the kingdom. And the second goal was the expulsion of all the foreign forces that were still occupying some areas of the Papal States. Most of all, the city of Bologna